My name is COYOTE Sutton, and I'm here at the Amazingly Haunted Farrar Schoolhouse. And this has been a really cool experience. But you know what else is a really cool experience? Listening and watching GhostTalk, because that's a cool freaking channel. The guy Aaron is a cool freaking guy, so watch it! Yes!
Hello, people of the internet. Happy Friday, and welcome to the most active paranormal show on YouTube. I'm your host, Aaron G. Thompson, and always with me this week, at least, is Nick Simons. He's like, I got a cat on my belly.
Catmandu! That's what I really wanted! Alright, that's enough of that. Eric can do the rest of the singing.
We made it to the end of the week. I'm glad you guys took this journey with us. It's always exciting, always good to see everyone. And today we do want to address and have a discussion about a question from Tasha over in Twitter.
Hi, Tosh.
What happens if you sage your house and think it worked later to find out it only made it worse? What do you do then? You burn the house to the ground. Follow us on ghostcrier.com. I'm Aaron. You can find him on Twitter.
Wow, that's a doozy there.
It's a good question. Excellent question. There's a few things you got to think about here, because of course when you're saging a home, mind you and understand that
Smudging.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's called? When
Yeah,
you burn
you're right.
sage?
Yeah. Smudging. You're right.
Smudge cleanse or something?
Yes. No, you are 100% correct. So when you're smothering the house,
smothered and covered, just like my biscuits.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah.
I would say take in sync really with what type of entity you're there with, or what kind of religion or belief system you have, because those do have to, I believe, double up for the entity to cut loose, to get out of there. Because if you're smudging a location, say if I'm at the location as a dick spirit, just messing things up.
What a dick.
Yeah, man. Plates on the ground again. Broken.
Polter bear.
Yeah, that's what I'll act like.
Polter Kodiak.
Oh, man. Stay away from those. A pet one. Smudging isn't going to affect, me. It doesn't keep me, protect me, so upon death and with my energetic form, it's not going to really keep me away. So you got to think of that. If you're messing with an entity that doesn't quite react to your method of removal, you may have to change up the pace, figure something out. What I always start off with is leave. You're scaring the people here. You are no longer wanted. Yeah. If it gets down to it, if they really aren't wanted. But then not to pull back, in a lot of cases, people mistake evil or unwanted spirits wrong. They assume a spirit is evil because a lot of activity is happening. So the dishes are getting flung everywhere. A lot of racket, doors slamming, footsteps happening at nighttime. That doesn't give any indication of evil. That gives indication of maybe another being walking around, trying to do what it does. And in some cases, when you want to communicate, let's say you have your 2-year-old with you, and they want to communicate, but they don't have the muscles or the ability to speak words that they understand, they throw a fit. You all know terrible twos. They throw things because there's no communication. It's not two-sided. It's one-sided. That's frustrating. You're not going to call your 2-year-old evil, hopefully.
Yeah. You little evil bastard!
Pick that up. Get the broom, you son of a...
5-gallon bucket of holy water to the face.
Take that. Burns. It burns.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you, in most cases, run into just normal, typical, confused spirits who are making a little bit of racket because they want to be heard. Maybe you do get some electronic communication going on that indicates a little more of a message, and you want to react appropriately to that. But even then, you've maybe backed up a scared, confused, used-to-be human person in a corner, and they may say something that they don't necessarily mean, but we're only catching half-truths on these devices anyways, so it might get interpreted very negatively, and it didn't mean that way from the other side. So there's a lot to this. I mean, in your case, if it doesn't want to leave after the smudging occurs, or it's even more upset, again, it just might be upset that, hey, you're trying to kick it out when it's trying to ask you some things and it does no clue what you're doing, with that smudging, with the sage.
If you're smudging, doesn't work. I'm all about bells, whistles, and EVPs. I've never had to handle smudging. I've been smudged. I've been saged.
I have too.
It smells nice. I've felt better afterwards. But, if you go through your whole house burning that sage and trying to, cleanse your house and that doesn't work, just find a Catholic priest to come clean the house. Prior team I was on, they had a cleansing of the house that they did without the church, and that didn't work, so they had to go to the church, and they had an 80-year-old exorcist. I don't know what his actual title was, Monastret or something. I can't say it. I'm sorry, but he actually came over and hit the house with holy water, went room to room, just BAM! Emerald Lagasse. BAM! And cleansed the house that way with the holy water, and that did it. It was like the Rudolph movie. It hit! But it was done after that, but they didn't have the sage work, and they went to the church. There's probably Wiccans and psychics. Psychics do that.
Yeah, there's some psychics that cross over.
Yeah.
You know what they say.
They have a cleaning service, and they come up with their Mary Maid's van and whoosh, slide the door open.
And there are different techniques and different styles. And yeah, Nick, you explained quite a few of them just there. They're not all right or wrong. They're situational. An exorcist needed to come in to that location clearly. It was able to either remove whatever the entity was or shut the entity up. Maybe he's dormant. I'll come back in 60 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever it did, it shook the foundation. That's what needed to happen because that was in sync to whatever that entity, whatever that, the ownership, confidence, conviction of the priest that went in there. It just worked in line. And same thing with psychics when they cross, folks over. Their interpretation of that is so just that their confidence is high, their conviction is there, and no one can tell them otherwise. And that's really what you need to do when you get into a scenario like this is put your foot down.
And there's one more thing that we didn't discuss. What if it's a demon? I mean, that's a situation that you can be faced with, and I searched the internet to see if there's a demonologist in your area that could probably help you out and identify that. I think they did come in and do a little ass kicking too.
Ass kicking from the demonologist.
But the priests got most of it covered. But the demonologist can help you out with that too.
Now, and it's funny you brought up like a demon or demonologist because there are, those style of entities out there. We call them demons because that's the That's the knowledge we've been fed throughout years and years and years and years. If, they might be a lot less demon-like than what the books state, but understand energy's been gathering itself for millions of years. How long has the earth been around? It's gotten a lot of energy. And so when you have a humanoid at the time that may look much different than us, well, have him in energy form, maybe some mental illness with his consciousness shape. I mean, he can get a little distorted, or she can get a little distorted over time. Maybe playing pranks and so forth are fun, for that type of entity. So then you do run into kind of, a demonic situation.
You got to think, a lifetime well over of 150 years of just jacking around with people at night has got to get old. So you switch over to just the sadistic, hurting people pushing bookshelves over on little kids, and
the trigger flips at some point. Don't get bored when you pass away, guys.
The demon was like Michael Douglas and falling down. It's just one day he was stuck in traffic and just bam. You know what? I'm done playing these stupid games with these homeowners. I'm just really gonna let them have it now.
It's a bear.
Yeah, it's a polter bear. That's also a demon.
Yes, guys. So yeah. I don't. Of course, I don't really believe in the whole traditional demon, as you heard my roundabout answer. But I do believe there's something out there that we should probably refer to close to demon.
Dark energy.
Dark energy. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a thing, guys. We're Ghost Crier. GhostCrier.com. It's a thing. If you guys want to support us, please jump over to Patreon.com/GhostCrier. We're dropping, personal vids just for that group. It's we're really building that community there. That's going to be where a lot of our focus is going to start be coming towards as we get more pledges. That's kind of the future, guys. So we want you to be a part of that. We really do. And if you think we're worthy, please support. Nick, I want to look for you online. How do I do that?
Twitter.com/GCPI Nick.
How do they find me?
Twitter.com/GCPI Aaron.
Ow! And Ghost Crier pretty much on most of the major social media spots. Guys, you've just finished your Friday Ghost Talk, so your ghost achievement is activated.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching.
Your brain must be on fire.
Give us a thumbs up
Raise your spirit to the Ghost Crier.
and check out our other videos.
Slam the door. You're shaking, scared. Live your life with so much fear. Wipe your eyes, hide your tears.